Three, two, one. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today I have my February plan with me. If you want to check out my other plan with me videos, check it out in just right here. And let's just go ahead and get started. I'm so excited to film this plan with me video because the theme is film and photography, and I love film and photography so much. So the first thing I drew was, or actually wrote, was February, and I wrote it in a pretty clean, just cursive font. And now I'm drawing a big black box, which is supposed to be the base of the clapperboard. I hope that's correct. I searched it up. I'm not really sure the name. And inside the clapperboard, I wrote Take 2021 because I thought it would be cute since it's the 21st year. Now I'm just adding a pretty gold design on the side. The color scheme I'm going for here is just black and white with gold and red because it reminded me of traditional film. The markers I'm using are a Tombow dual brush pen in the color N15 or just black, and two uniball Sigmo pens in the colors gold and white. And if you see me use a black fine liner, it will be my Stabilo 0.88 in the size 0.4. So now I'm just adding some gold detailing to the 2021 to make it pop out a little bit more. So now we're getting to the part that actually claps down to make the sound. I used an index card because my dot grid doesn't go horizontally. Well, actually it does, but I didn't measure it so that it would be perfect that way. So I just used an index card to do a straight line and just completed the box with the thin side of my Tombow dual brush pen. Now I'm shading half of the stripes black with the brush side of my Tombow dual brush pen. Comment below your hobbies. I'd love to take inspiration from more hobbies for my bullet journal themes. The red pen I'm adding the squiggle with is a Crayola Supertip, and it's the red pen I'll be using throughout this spread and throughout the plan with me. I'm also adding red to the other stripes, and if you want to keep it more traditional, I would say to stick with white because it seems more like how films usually are, but I thought it would be nice to add red. And now for my quote page. So as you can see, I printed out some stickers with my cat on it, and I thought my cat fit this theme because he's a black and white cat, but also I printed them in black and white just because his eyes are green. So now I'm just putting his pictures one by one in a column on the left side of my quote page. I used durable ID labels in the color white from Avery, and they were already pre-cut, so I was just able to put them in. I'm also adding black stripes on either sides of the pictures as well as between each picture because I wanted to turn him into a film strip. Sorry my head keeps popping in, but to turn it into a film strip, I just used my white gel pen to add little boxes going down the vertical stripes. I'll list all of my supplies in the description box down below so it's easy to find. Thinking back, I probably would have added the black box first before my cat's pictures, because then it would have made it easier to add his pictures on top and not try to color it in perfectly around the pictures. Since there wasn't enough space for another picture at the bottom, but there was an empty space, I just decided to write his name, which is Pepe. Okay, so now I'm drafting my quote page. I want to say that if you want tips on how to make quote pages, go check out my video about tips for making quote pages for beginners, because it really shows how I make my quote pages whenever I do them in my bullet journal. So for this quote page, I'm switching off using gold, red, black, and if you've seen my other videos, you probably know that when I do calligraphy looking things, it's usually fake calligraphy, but I actually tried doing real calligraphy this time. I'm not very good at it, but for the word pause, I did use my Tombow brush pen to actually write it with calligraphy. If anyone has any tips for doing calligraphy, I'd love to hear them in the comments. I know how to do it kind of. It just I guess it doesn't feel as controlled, and I kind of like the perfection of doing fake calligraphy, because you kind of get control over everything and you can choose how the downstrokes look. Speaking of fake calligraphy, I did use fake calligraphy for the word life. So the finished quote reads, "A photograph is the pause button of life." Now I'm going to add a stamp of a camera onto the end of the quote page, and I'm using my Tombow brush pen to color in the camera, which is a really nice tip, and I know Amanda recently has done this, to use when you have stamps but you don't have a stamp pad. Okay, now onto the calendar. I feel like I love making calendars so much, and I know how useful they can be. I honestly don't use them that much, but I love being creative with my calendars, and they're simple but also can be really fun and creative. So if you couldn't guess, I turned my calendar into a film strip. And since I feel like film strips usually don't have square photos, I decided to make the boxes extra tall, which actually gave me more space in each day to write down my events, because instead of just being a 6x6 dot grid, now it's a 6x7 dot grid. I also added a black line in between each row. Any ideas for themes for March would be greatly appreciated in the comments down below. And if you haven't already, go and subscribe and turn on the post notifications so that you're notified whenever I release a new video, because I have so many new videos coming up, I'm going to have a hard time choosing which one to publish first. Okay, now back to the bullet journaling. I'm adding these small little white boxes on the black strip so it makes it look like a film strip like I did before, and it's pretty cool because they're actually textured, so when I feel the calendar now, it has little bumps. But also beware if you're using the white uniball Sigmo pen, because it will smudge if you rub it before it dries. But also, with the uniball Sigmo pen, I love to use it for when I make mistakes, to white them out. But I do have some tips after using it multiple times to try and fix little mistakes, which is not to do little circles, but you should try and make lines and you're drawing over something just multiple times. I used my gold uniball Sigmo pen to write the days of the month, as well as the days of the weeks at the top of the calendar. I wrote February at the side of the calendar with my Crayola Supertip, and I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Okay, habit tracker, honestly one of my favorite spreads. I wrote habits in cursive with my red Crayola Supertip, and on top of the I used my gold gel pen to do a star. Believe it or not, right now I'm making mini calendars. What? If you didn't notice from my February calendar, yes, February is a perfect box this year if you start it on a Monday. So that's so exciting because it can look so perfect and it works so well as a little miniature film strip. Another cool thing is this can only happen in February because all the other months are not divisible by 7. Well, yeah, when it's 28 days, February is divisible by 7 evenly. So once again, I'm adding black stripes on the top and the bottom, which I will, of course, turn into a film strip. How many times did I say film strip today? Wow, I honestly love this spread so much because I think it's pretty cool and pretty unique because I don't think I see that many film spreads out there in the bullet journal community, but I really love it. Tell me your thoughts. I explain this every time, so I'm sorry if you're hearing this for like the 12th time, not 12th, but yes, I do track how good I am with my habits, and I think it works pretty well. If you want a more in-depth explanation, I advise you to go to one of my other Plan With Me's because I explain it in them. A video that includes it will be linked in the top right corner. Sorry I forgot to cross my T. I fixed it before the final flip through. Similar to the February title page, I'm adding a little squiggle / design to the left corner with gold. This includes dashes, stripes, lines, dots, and I just thought it was a nice touch. So now for my mood tracker. I really liked using my mood tracker last January or this January, and I find that my most used spreads last month were habits and mood trackers because I found that since I made those weekly spreads for a video last month, I didn't really find they were helpful for the kind of situation I was in, or just like helpful for remote learning. They were more helpful for in-person learning, and I didn't really enjoy using them as much as the typical spreads I use. So this mood tracker, like last month's, tracks your mood where you put a dot on what emotion you are. So if you're really happy, it would be more towards the right here, and if you're more sad, it would be more towards the left. And you can see over like time if your mood is going up, down, if it's like staying the same. So if you just saw it cut really sharply there, it's because all of a sudden my phone stopped recording. And if you know from my weekly spread video, I said that I was having this problem and I got really scared that I lost a lot of footage. Well, this happened again, and it was for my habit tracker and my mood tracker, but I thought it all of a sudden just went up and disappeared because it wasn't on my phone anywhere. But I found it, so that's why you're seeing this. I'm not sure what the problem is. So onto the spread at hand. I'm doing a gratitude spread, which my pen pal recommended that I should try, or she told me that she's done it, and I thought it sounded like a really good idea. So you basically just write in each box something that you're grateful for for that day, and there are 28 boxes, so every single day in February I will write something I'm thankful for or something nice that happened that day. Well, actually, I'm not exactly sure how she does it. This is just how I decided to do it, but I feel like there are probably more creative ways to do this, and I'd love to see them. I just quickly wrote gratitude at the top in gold. So on the right half of this page, I'm doing an idea page, which is going to serve to me as a brain dump. Ideas is in cursive in red, and I made it so it seems like the word kind of just loops around the entire page to make the border. And once again, I'm doing a star at the top in gold for the top of the eye. Okay, now for the final flip through. I hope you enjoyed this planned with me video. I'm sorry it's kind of long, but I know I had a lot of fun making it, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did like this video, it would mean the world to me if you were to consider subscribing or even just liking this video. It really helps my channel grow. Thank you for sticking with me on this journey. I know this video was a long one, and thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!